Hello everyone, in this video we're going to see the issues in the financial reporting of bank. These are the team members of Group 9.
The issue that we are going to discuss in our presentations are measuring expected credit loss as well as modifications and forbearance.
How do they happen? Under IFRS 9, impairment allowances for loans booked at amortized cost are based on ECL, and bank must take into consideration the forecasted economic conditions, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. This is because the uncertainties arising from COVID-19 outbreak will impact ECL estimates even before the increased credit losses show up in the data. For an example, industries that severely affected by the pandemic will expect a rise in potential default are likely to push the significant portion of credit exposure from stage 1 into stage 2. This caused the impairment no longer reflecting the losses caused by the potential default occurring within the following 12 months, but rather taking into consideration all possible defaults events over the lifetime of a credit exposure.
What other accounting standards could be used in solving the first issue? Due to pandemic COVID-19, the Financial Accounting Standard Board's FASB issued a new expected credit loss accounting standards. The new accounting standard introduces the current expected credit losses methodology for estimating allowances for credit losses. The impairment model introduced the new CECL standard is based on expected losses rather than incurred losses. Under this standard, an entity recognizes its estimates of lifetime expected credit losses as an allowances, which the FASB believes will result in more timely recognition of losses.
So let's see what are the ethical dilemmas surrounding these issues. The first ethical issue is reliability of data. Supervisors and regulators are responsible in contributing public policy responses to the COVID-19 pandemic. A balancing act is required by them, in which banks are encouraged to use flexibility embedded in the prudential framework. At the same time, they have to ensure that losses are not hidden and prudential standards are not relaxed. Relaxing loan classification and provisioning rules would adversely impact the data reliability, as financial statements and prudential ratios would no longer adequately reflect the truth.
Okay, the next ethical dilemma will be supervisors' guidance. Supervisors may provide guidance to certain extent on particular issues. Bank would need to exercise sound judgment in applying IFRS 9, especially at this time when there is a significant amount of uncertainty. Supervisors may provide guidance to bank that ECL assessment should take into account the temporary nature of the virus impact, best available information, and relevant fiscal support measures. Supervisors should guide the bank that IFRS 9 is principle-based and therefore should not be applied mechanically and avoid blanket treatment and also automatic triggers.
Next, issue number 2. How do they happen? Let us find out more. COVID-19 has impacted lives of many individuals both financially and health. In order to mitigate this issue, our government and banks have done to help borrowers to cope up during this pandemic. One of the programs involves payment holidays such as memorandum for all borrowers. A mortgage payment holiday is a formal agreement where the mortgage payments are waived for a specific amount of time. However, the payment should still have to be paid back at some point of time. The issue that bank will face under this program is bank required continued accrual of interest during the period of payment holiday. Also, this could indicate that customer will expected to suffer FSICR. Thus, it shows uncertainty for bank in recollecting the mortgage payment from customers. Next, contractual terms may also be modified in response credit deterioration of borrowers. This modification need to be reflected correctly in financial reporting of all parties involved.
What other accounting standards could be used in solving the issue too? A real moratorium that assists borrowers should not be a practice of charging borrowers an additional interest for the period of moratorium by re-amortize the loan payment schedule once the moratorium period is over. Under IFRS 9 practice, the total interest portion collection during the moratorium period is added to the beginning balance and results in a higher monthly installment. It has to be re-emphasized that the borrowers have not defaulted on their payments and they will resume and finish all the payments according to the schedule. Under this practice, the banks have to show the fair value of the loans in their books based on the present value formula. Therefore, the fair value of the outstanding loans will reduce due to the newly extended period by the moratorium, and banks would lose in terms of present value by postponing their collections to a later period.
Let us look what are the ethical dilemmas principles surrounding those issues. Transparency. Transparency and accuracy of data are important to maintain the confidence in banking sector. Accurate and reliable information is essential for managing risk in the balance sheet over the short and long term for the public authority. Modification and forbearance rules will adversely impact transparency and data reliability, as financial statement and ratio will no longer adequately reflect the truth. Without reliable information, public and other authorities cannot make decisions among banks. Under IFR 9, it is governed that accounting for modification of contractual framework of financial asset and liability. This guidance can be complex and require careful consideration of specific facts and circumstances, including company-specific accounting policy. Thus, this situation seldom occurs for bank accounting for modification of contractual frameworks on a large scale. This requires more knowledge and more additional professionals to take up this job. IFRS 9 also did not provide a full guidance on this matter.
Thank you for watching.